Hello, YouTube modeling community. This is Rusty Rotor with a bench update on the 66 wide body Mustang. And we also have a couple shout outs, shop card shout outs. The first one here, there was a sticker. Oh, stand by. Huh. I've misplaced the sticker. But anyways, I'm going to say young lady. I believe she is younger than me. Not for sure. Never met her. But I look forward to getting to meet her. I'm working on a little side project for her. I know it's within her interests, and hopefully we can get it done between me and a couple other people. And that will greatly benefit her down the road. At least we hope. Tiffany at DRC. It's Dirt Road Cinderella, in case you guys aren't familiar. Awesome shop card. She's very good at weathering. She's very big into the off-road scene. Big RC enthusiast. I think as we all have been one time or another, or currently are. I'm looking into getting back into it just a little bit on the aspect of more for my physical well-being. I've always had RC cars, trucks, or crawlers, whatever they may be, but it came down to it started getting very expensive, and I got out of it a long time ago, probably 30 years ago or more. 33 years to be exact. And it's come a long way. Same as modeling. And I'm looking to get back into one. I'd like to get a 1/10 scale. I have one around here somewhere, but I'm sure it's in dire need of new everything. Servos, batteries. I used it like 3 or 4 times and it got put up because life. And I've still not been able to find it, so I'm hoping I still have it. But either way, I'm looking to get a new one. It'll be a while because they are very expensive, excess of about $500, which is a ready-to-roll unit. And then I will upgrade it with some stuff, 3D printing it. But I want to thank you, Tiffany, for the kind words on the back. Again, she found my channel via the Project Shorty, the 4x4 F250. It was an F100. I converted it over to a 250 using the 250 suspension from the 4x4 truck. That turned out beautiful. And her Jeep project, I can't comment on it enough. Absolutely fantastic build, highly detailed, and I think it was a pure work of art and vision from her mind. So again, Tiffany, thank you for the shop card trade. I know you sent me a little sticker. I'm going to have to find that so I can put it on my refrigerator door. God knows where that went. Hopefully I can find it. But if you guys aren't following her, get over and follow her channel. She does a lot of updates. She's got some really good sponsors. As you guys remember, when this channel first started out, we had some really good sponsors. Market Hobby Nut Models, which we're still an affiliate to. We're still under Ryan Jones, Z-Force Model Works, and MGSF. So we're grateful and thankful for that, and hopefully here soon that we get some new stuff from them. I know life happens for everybody, and that's pretty much where they're at. So again, Tiffany, thank you very much. You're going to go up on the wall. We got quite a few other ones to get put up there. The next one is Manny at Manny Scale Modeling. Beautiful 55 and 67. Right at my wheelhouse. I love hot rods, pro street, pro touring, pro mod, anything pro. I find them fascinating, and just they're packed full of so much detail that it's hard for me to just ignore it and walk away from it and, build it kind of out of the box. It's kind of the way the world is now, and their hot rods. You always have your classics. The Retro Mod gives me that avenue to travel down for those. But, Pro Street and Pro Touring and, of course, Pro Mod, that's kind of the way the cars are now. So, Manny, thank you so much for the kind words. Dude, I'm a huge fan of your channel. Thank you for the discount code. I am looking into getting a gallery. One second, guys. I thought I had one for a minute, but it's a different brand, but it's equally as good. Gallery, I've researched a little bit. They do have some very affordable airbrushes on Amazon for like $50 for the trigger action. Now I'm sure it's not as good as the Swallowtail and the other airbrushes that are more on the top end, but they're still very well reasonably priced. I mean, for Christ's sakes, I bought an Auto Neo, whatever it is, trigger action. I saved up money. It was $135 plus tax. Got it home, dropped it one time. The cup broke, and it's part of the shaft, so that they don't make a replacement part for it. Now the gentleman did tell me I could probably solder it, which I have not. I've just been lazy. I've not tried it, and I intend to do so because I paid a lot of money for that airbrush. But an equal airbrush from Gallery is like $40 cheaper. And then Manny sent me an awesome discount code. So thank you, Manny. I appreciate that. If you guys aren't following him or Tiffany, Dirt Road Cinderella, please get over there and show them some love. Tell them Rusty Rotor sent you. Comment on their channels, on their videos. Hit those bell notifications so you know when they come out. I know Manny does participate in Coffees and Cars. I don't know if Tiffany does, but they both use Gallery airbrushes. They both use similar paints, and the product line that one of their sponsors gives them is VCG resins. I'm a big fan of VCG resins. I've not ever been sponsored by him, but I have bought his parts in the past. Very clean, very crisp, nicely done. Same way as Joel, Iceman Collections. He has sponsored the channel for a couple times. I'm a big fan of his product. I just try to limit buying product as much as possible. I still do it, just not as much as like most people do. When you're building a model, you need all these parts, you got to go and buy them. That's why I invested in a 3D printer. I print a bunch of stuff. I stock up on everything, and then as I see a new file come out that is sparks my interest, so to speak, I'll get that file and then I'll print 3 or 4 times, and I stock up a drawer and I label the drawer, and then when I start a build, I can just go to those drawers and get the little parts that I need. And most of it's all just detail parts, a lot of tires and wheels, engines, stuff like that. So definitely get over and check Manny out. Does great work. Very good painter. Very cool builds he does. That vet, I've been following and watching along progress on that vet. And then he's got another one he started. I can't remember what that one is, but I'm watching, Manny. So thank you again, brother. I appreciate it. Go up on the Wall of Fame along with everybody else, and your sticker will go in the fridge. So, and then I'll be, as soon as I get enough pennies saved up, I will be purchasing one of these through your link, and hopefully that helps you out, and I get that 10% off. So again, thank you to both people, Tiffany and Manny Scale Models Modeling, and Tiffany at Dirt Road Cinderella. So with that being said and that out of the way, I've got the 3D printer going right now. Thank God it was just a FEP last time. New FEP's working great. I've gotten a lot of great prints off of it. I've helped a couple guys out in the club as they helped me. I did some work for them in trade, and I was able to acquire a promo Now this promo needs work, which is okay. I mean, the print wasn't expensive. So, replacing A-pillars, that's no big task. A lot of people are going to go, I don't even want to fool with that. Really, guys, it's not that hard. It's basically 2 layers of detail. You got your A-pillar and then your trim piece. And that's just achieved with different sizes of styrene. You buy these little packs and you get round rod, square rod, flat rod, whatever. So this is a Johan. I don't know what. Let's see what it says. It doesn't say on the bumper. Let's see if it says underneath. It does say Johan. Detroit. But it doesn't say the year of Maverick. But very crisp detail. I mean, you can pick out the Maverick emblem on the back. It's not going to look this way, guys. I'm not going to Pro Street this one. I do have a cracked window, so I'll probably cut that loose. And I'll have to polish out the side glass and the back glass. There's a heavy scratch in the back window, so I may have to replace that too. And we just use that clear acetate. We use the originals for a template, and then we just make a new one, and everything's fine. The interior, we'll have to do a lot of cutting on this one. But I've got plans for a resto mod version on this. Again, as always, guys, when I start a project like this, and I start eliminating factory parts, such as the tires and wheels and axles, I'll be putting those up and letting you know. If anybody wants them, I'll send them to you. If you guys like the OEM original, you're a purist, and there's nothing wrong with that. These wheels and hubcaps are in really great shape. The axles are in great shape, so they'll definitely benefit somebody that would want to restore this or another Ford car with similar tires and wheels. Chassis work, yes, we're going to have to eliminate a lot and add a lot, but that's down the road. But that was well worth the 3D print and trade. My collection of Johan is slowly going up, whether it's a promo version or the actual kit form. It doesn't really bother me either way. Some I prefer the whole kit. Some a promo that I can dismantle and take apart is just fine too, as in that case. And as in the Javelin we have. And then the other ones, I have the 66 Marlin, which is a full kit. I have the 75 Cutlass, which is a full kit. I have the Barracuda and the Hearst station wagon, or ambulance, whatever you want to call it. All those are Johan, and they're going to get built up respectively to my wheelhouse. Other than that ambulance, I'm not sure on how I'm going to build that one yet. But all that leads us into this, and we'll try to make this pretty quick. So with the 66 Mustang, this right now we're sitting at, if I remember right, my pad's upstairs so I can't look. I'm going to throw it out there. I may be a few hours off, but I'm really close. We're right at 45 hours in body work to make this wide body kit seamless. As in if it was stamped out, molded as one piece. Not, front clip, rear clip, side panels, so on and so forth. We also have putty in here, if you can see that because we want that to stay black back in there. So we're kind of prepping for paint right now. We just did the final sand on it with 3000. Everything, I got a little more sanding to do right here on the passenger side, and a little bit to do on the driver's side. And then we got to give it a bath and let it dry, and then we can start our masking. You'll notice by the thumbnail up above, that is the inspiration. We are changing the artwork just a little bit because I do not know the artist. I've been told he's local to me, which is fantastic. But, we're going to carry the stripes in the front down and carry them out onto the chin spoiler. I just thought it was suiting. I could you know, what are they going to do to me? You know, I'm not, still not the exact same car. It's different. But I feel, because the body is a little different in the front than the rendering you'll see, it's calling for those front stripes to be carried on down to the chin spoiler, just to be different. The back will be identical. Remember, we opted out for the louvers. We couldn't find side louvers that fit. I would have gone with the side louvers and used the louvers on the back and the rear spoiler, but in this case, we're going to eliminate that. Everything else from the MGSF trans kit is being used. You know, tires, wheels, brakes, interior parts. We've got a slew of other parts that we've added. Take a look at it. The interior tub's been flocked. It's ready to go. The final paint's been done. You know, three-toned. The black, because this is a show car, you know, so it's going to be, everything kind of blends in. All the colors are carried on through. And that's what we're going with. But we've got a bunch of parts for this interior. We've got a full roll cage. We have a nitrous tank, which is spun aluminum, and we'll run a nitrous line. We have racing pedals. We've got a reservoir for that out here. That'll get mounted, so that carries through and fits the part. The shifter that comes with the trans kit. The seats. We can start taking a look at a little bit of that kind of stuff. As you can see, the seats. You know, and then a little bit of black on the side, which you'll never see, but it's there. You know, our seats will go in the interior. Here's the other one, all painted up. And by the way, guys, this was all hand painted. You can do crisp lines like that, and the way you do it is in the paint brush. Steady hand is required, yes, but a very, very nice, you know, this is where you'd spend your money on a high quality. I think I used it's right here. Tell you what it is. It's a number 2. And it's got a very, very sharp point on it, which is very good to guide along the details. Very crisp, very clean. There's about 3 coats of each on here, and then clear coated over top of it to protect it. Let's go in there. The roll cage is over here. You guys have seen it. I think you've seen it. We'll bring it over here in a couple of the wheels. It's getting ready for clear coat. There's the tires and the wheels, anyways, with the orange stripe, just like in the rendering. Basically the same wheels. We've got our steering wheel. You guys can see it with the orange stripe in the center. Chrome and gray and black, keeping the colors flowing. Anyways, here's our back seat, and then we have our support in the back, and then the nitrous tank will go right behind this. We do have to do a little chrome detail on this still. Tires are all painted and ready to go. I have not done the letters on them yet, so there's still that to do. We've got our back panel. The bezel's chromed. We got our Cobra emblem in the middle, and it's chromed. That's ready to go on. It stays matte black. All of our new knobs and door openers, those were in the trans kit. Those are ready to go. And then we've got our I don't know what that was. Our catch cam for the radiator right here. Inlet valve, those still got to be painted. A&M Infinity style, the red and blue. That goes in there. We've got a dry sump, and we painted the air filters orange. And then the lids chrome. Those got to be painted red and blue. Then we have our washer fluid tank. Get it out here. I still got to paint the cap. You guys can see it's to be a clear blue. We have some switches that have been painted. There, you may not be able to see them, but there you go. Kind of see them. There are the flip-up levers. These are for the nitrous. Nitrous and ignition. We have other ones. They're going to be hard to see, guys. See my fingers there. They're so tiny. That's pretty much all the parts in that one. This build required 2 containers to hold all the parts in. As you guys knew, this was going to be a big build for me. I'll tell you what we can do. Set that over here. We'll pick you up and we'll just go over top of it, and you guys. So you can see there's the grills, the insert for the pony, the actual clear parts, the dashboard. We did the face of the glove box textured, but in the same color. Just, classic, trying to keep that classic Mustang look. There's the drive shaft, which is going to end up being aluminum. Our belts, which we're not using. We've got all our decals for our oil filter, our calipers we still got to get on. There's our tailpipes. Over here we've got our dual fan radiator, our coilovers, our 4-link bars, our core support, which we took one of those out and put a piece of screen in there for mesh. Here we've got our downpipe and our air filters, our nitrous. That nitrous is really cool. Those are all the little solenoids. There's our throttle body with our rod we put in there for the linkage. And we come over here, we've got our dashboard, our cluster. We've got our emblems and our pony. Get that out so you guys can take a look at it. See how small that is, if it'll focus on it. There we go. He even includes the little, it says, what does that thing say? Fat boy or wide boy? Wild boy. And then there's some that say GT. I think we're going with the GT. And we'll use the wide boy somewhere else on it. Probably maybe on the rear of the car, on the trunk deck or something. But we're definitely going to have that on there somewhere. More of our springs. There's our shock tower support, our fuel filter. We've got our links, braided lines, metal lines. All this goes to the engine. Then we come over here. We got our armrests, our nitrous bottle support, our headlights. There's our racing pedals, our fire extinguisher, our link ends, our 5-point harnesses, our shifter that we scratch built, a battery tray, an Optima battery, the hog head. There's the racing shifter, MSD box, a Holley Terminator X box. And there's all of our hardware for seatbelts, our tachometer. There's our oil dipstick. There's the material for our seatbelts, which we'll need more than that because we're going to use what came with the trans kit for the back seats. And then I'm adding the 5-point harnesses to the front seats. This seatbelt material will go through the back of the headrests. Like you see there where those little black openings are, and they'll get bolted to the roll cage on the lower bar there. Fire extinguisher will go in between the two seats, right behind this, where the shifter goes here. These racing pedals, guys, these are really cool. We'll get it out. You can take a look at it and see how detailed they are. I forget who I got it from, but it fits in there really well. I can get it. Well, Rick, you got to put it in there right, for one. There we go. You kind of see there. And then the footrest will go over here, up against the firewall. We got to clean up some flocking. We got places it shouldn't be. We'll get that all cleaned up. But yeah, overall, a lot of, like, there's the diff cover. There's the hog head. We use the different, there's our side mirrors. Those are got to get painted. Those will get painted. It's going to be hard to tape them off, but if you look at that rendering on the thumbnail, you'll see the mirrors are like orange and black. So I'm going to try to do tape off, like you see on new cars. The cover is the color match of the car, and the rest of it's like black plastic trim around it. That's kind of how we're going to do the mirrors, since they're not done. We also have the Wildwood Racing Master Cylinder all detailed up, ready to go. There's already a hole. It's going to be really hard to drill something that small, but we're going to attempt it, so we can get our brake line in there. And then here's the seatbelts that come with the trans kit. And then chromed up. Those are going to be for the back seat. And yeah, so we'll take a look at a couple of little things here. Here's the chassis. We had to scratch make the downpipes from the headers down to the exhaust. That was just heating up some stuff, and then best way to do it is heat the very end up until it bubbles, and then flatten it out, and then you can trim that out, and that becomes your flange, and then you can shape it and bend it, and then we painted them, so it'll go from these two pipes here up to the headers, so that all links in together. We did have to graft the mufflers together tight to allow for the scratch built 4-link that you see in here. There's a bar going across, top and bottom, so it's like a cradle. And there's nut detail added as if it was everything was bolted. We added the cross, get so where we can see, there we go. The cross supports, frame supports, those are all bolted. If it'll get in there, yeah, you can kind of see them there. Maybe if you're watching this on your phone, you can blow it up and see it. But the bolt detail is there, you know, because those are aftermarket kits. They just bolt in. The cradle just bolts in to the existing frame, front and rear, and makes that frame more rigid. You know, we're pumping out a 1,200 horsepower Coyote engine here. It needs it. Here's the Coyote engine. We went with a belt drive already figured in, less space used than using the actual pulleys. We've got our alternator on there. We've got our AC unit. I believe that's what that is. This is the AC unit. Yeah, AC unit. Our water pump up here, which will feed upper and lower hose. And then the radiator hoses will come out from the front of the water pump. That's just how I do it. It's not realistic, but it looks good. We also got our holes drilled here. This is for a vacuum line coming from the throttle body. Our oil dipstick goes right here. Then we're going to have 2 A&M fittings on the top of the valve covers and the back that will go to the blow-by tank, basically, which I didn't see where that was. It's in there somewhere. I know it's in there. And then they'll go from here to the blow-by tank, and then from that tank they'll go down and into the oil pan. So we got to put a couple A&M fittings in the oil pan down here. That way our lines will run down to them. That detail will be put in there. Our nitrous, there's a lot of detail I've already added. Well, it's drilled for, and the wire's bent so we can see it, which are the vacuum lines that are black metal that run from the valves back here up to the throttle body housing. Our nitrous will go up here somewhere, really dealing with hood clearance, so we got to be mindful of that. So we may side mount that somewhere. And then our fuel line will come up and in and out of that and into the front of the throttle body. We'll have our throttle linkage on, and I thought about adding the coil packs. This particular model didn't have them, so I'm not really sure on how plug wires come into play, but we might come back and add the coil packs, and those will be in red to go along with the MSD box. There'll be MSD coils So, and then we'll use probably gray wires. So yeah, that's pretty much the engine. This is the kit transmission. I like doing that because they have a locator pin where it's got to go. That will also ensure that your drive shaft fits. In this case, it probably won't because I'm using a different differential. But that's why we're going to make it aluminum. So yeah, we got some details to add to that still. Some details to add to the suspension. We got to get the back suspension in. The front is done. These are the keys that he gives you for the front. And then the wheels just go right on there. There's no guessing game. Same way for the back, only it's a little different setup since we're going with a 4-link. What happened to that 4-link? Or the differential, I should say. Let me find that real quick, guys. Oh, it's not in any of that, unfortunately. It's not in there. Oh, please tell me I haven't lost that. Oh, here it is. It's still in the paint rack. So, these are from the kit. Clipped them off, glued them to the end. The differential is the exact same length now as going by the kit. We still have to put our hog head in there and our differential cover. We added the brackets for the 4-link and the coilovers from a different differential, which that all turned out really well. Really fits the part, and it's painted. It's ready to go. So we just got to do our sub-assemblies on that and get our shocks all painted up and get everything in and set the right height, and then we can go from there. But you guys can always let me know down in the comments. Sorry. Allergies. They're horrible. I don't care if it's cold out, if it's hot out. My body always finds a way to clog my head up unbelievably. But yeah, that's pretty much where we stand with everything. Today's purpose, I guess, is to get the body cleaned off, and we got to start our masking because the pearl white is a 2-stage paint. So we have to mask off the front because I want a black base for the charcoal gray in the front to go over. And the black in the back as the charcoal gray fades from that color to black. The orange stripe continues on. And then there's a little tiny black stripe along the orange stripe on the outside that has to be accounted for. So we'll make us a mask of how it needs to be. And then we'll keep that in place while we paint our white. Same way in the front. And then we'll have to reverse the masking once we get all the white done and the pearl on it. I'm looking at probably 3 to 4 coats of the white to get a good base down. And probably 6 coats of the pearl over the whole thing. And then the orange will be, it's the Gulf orange. So it'll take probably about 3 coats to get the orange crisp and bright. The charcoal gray will do probably 2 to 3 coats, depending on how usually it shows up really good on the black. And then we'll have to mask everything off for the trim around the windows because that's all black. Then we've got to clear coat. And then the fun can begin on the final assembly. We've mocked this up, I don't know how many times. The engine does fit in here very well. The only modification was I pretty much took out the shock towers out of the upper supports. Sanded everything evenly. We deleted the battery box and we added our own platform in there for it. Our radiator fits on the core support. We got to get our wiring detail on that, get our battery wired up, figure out where we're going to mount everything as far as the Terminator X, the MSD box, all the overflow tanks and dry sumps and all that stuff. So we got quite a bit of figuring still to do. Placement, we may have to eliminate some things. I don't know yet, but most everything is fitting in place where it needs to go without it being too overcrowded, and that's a good thing. But yeah, to give you an example, if you want your kit to look like it's seamless, that's 40 plus hours right there. Just constantly filling, sanding, priming, seeing your mistakes, going back, filling, sanding, filling in, sanding again, priming again. This has been primed 4 different times now. It's not that I'm not used to it with when I did the Mercedes. Same thing. Wanted everything to be seamless, flawless. It took a long time. A lot of steps and measures. Now I'm very low on primer. I got to get stocked back up on some primer. What else? Oh, get some more thinner. So yeah. Again, guys, thank you to all my past, present, and future subscribers. Without you, there wouldn't be a channel. You guys just reach out down to me below. Shop cards are in. I've contacted everybody and let them know they're on their way. So if I forgot somebody, please send me an email with your address, and I'll get one out to you right away. It's only about 2-day turnaround once I get them sent in to go pick them up. So it's not really bad now from here on out. But again, if you like a shop card, just contact me via my email, which is always down in the descriptions. And I'll get one out to you. Again, go check out Tiffany and Mandy's channels. Fantastic channels. Well worth watching. Well worth giving them a comment and a thumbs up, and hitting that bell notification for them. Raise them up, guys. They're just fantastic. And I think if you watch your channel, watch a few of their videos, you'll get hooked in what they do and how they do it. And I like Tiffany's approach, which is an overview, like dubbed over her voice, versus like how I do. Mine's all hands on live. What you see is what you get. She narrates through her videos, and I like that. I just not tried it yet. I don't know if I will. But other than that, guys, stay tuned. Hit that bell notification. You'll know when my videos come out. Again, let me know what you think about the Mustang. Any ideas you think it should or should not have, via either by the thumbnail or what I've showed you. I'm always open for suggestions and positive comments. So don't be scared to bleep bloop some of that down there. And again, we'll see you on the next video. This is Rusty Rotor. I'm out.